We're here in Frankfurt with James Young of Aston Microphones, who's going to show us the new Halo reflection filter. So, the Halo, James. What's the story?
Hello, Will. Sorry. Sorry, it was really bad, wasn't it? The Halo is the new reflection filter. It's a massive step up in what's available in technology for portable vocal booths. It's about a third bigger than anything else that's out there on the market at the moment, which is important when it comes to acoustics, because it's, the bigger the area, the more of the sound that you're catching. Mm-hmm. But aside from that, there are a lot of technological leaps in this thing. One of the things that's really important is that it wraps around top and bottom. Mm-hmm. All the other reflection filter products on the market are fairly two-dimensional. Yeah. So they leave a space at the top and the bottom, and most of the time you've got very reflective surfaces in rooms on the ceiling and the floor,
of course.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So that's really important. It's also made from a patented material. This is PET felt. There's only a couple of companies in the world that make this stuff. Mm-hmm. It's a lot more acoustically absorbent than standard acoustic foam. Mm-hmm. It's actually made from 70% recycled PET bottles, but it's a highly technical product. So it's green as well as purple. But because it's made of PET, the weave that's in there, it's very, very lightweight.
Right.
So it actually feels like a kind of rigid but soft, furry material. It's very, very lightweight, so you can make it bigger and it's more absorbent. It's deeper than the reflection filters that are on the market. It's about 10 centimetres of packing depth at the back of it as well. Mm-hmm. And it's filled with the same material that it's actually constructed from. But the material on the inside is a kind of looser weave. It's more foam-like, but it's still the PET felt. Mm-hmm. You've then got these ridges on the inside and on the outside, which offer up diffusion as well. Right. So basically you get better isolation, better absorption, the whole thing, better diffusion, everything, really. It just works better.
Can you tell us about the sonic coloration of the Halo?
Well, the idea of any reflection filter is to try and stop some of the original source energy actually entering the room and creating strong early reflections. Mm-hmm. And while doing that, you want to try and get as little coloration as possible. There are some devices which are much more enclosing than this, and the problem is when you do that, you start affecting the polar pattern and the tone of the microphone, and you don't want that. Yeah. So although because this is very absorbent as well, and it's also fairly uniform in the frequencies that it absorbs across, you do get reflections with all of these things. Nothing's perfectly absorbent, but what you get is diffused, and it's also fairly neutrally diffused. So you don't get this kind of these big frequency spikes that you do in some products.
Right. Okay. And the hardware as well, because it looks a lot simpler than some of the other things out there. The biggest problem with all of the kind of early reflection filters that went onto the market from 10 years ago right up until now actually is that the hardware tends to leave the whole assembly, the filter and the mic and everything, forward of the mic stand. Yeah. So they've got a tendency to topple over, and there are also lots of different kind of joints and things on them, so they're not very stable. The centre of gravity is directly over the mic stand. The filter sits behind it, the mic sits in front of it. Mm-hmm. So you can put this on a very cheap microphone stand. Well, this one, not obviously. Don't know why I was pointing down there. But you can put it on a very cheap microphone stand and it'll be perfectly stable. You don't need to counterweight it or anything. So it works really well. You've also got this little hole at the back here, so you can wiggle your XLR collector through there, and then you can clip it up underneath the microphone, which is actually really important, because on the other ones that are on the market, the cable hangs down and bangs against this, and that can create noise that's transmitted through the cable into the chassis as well. So you don't want that. And it's very, very easy to use. I mean, this allows you to move the mics up and down as quickly as that, and you can use this knob here to basically move the mic backwards and forwards within the reflection filter itself. So you can change the amount of absorption that you're getting. Mm-hmm. Great. Okay, so how much is it going to cost then, and when's it going to be available?
It's £199, including VAT, and it's going to be available in the UK at the end of April, so a couple of weeks from now.
Great. Thanks very much, James.
Thank you.